What is variable? Variable is nothing but the container or placeholder. What is variable? Variable is nothing but the container or placeholder. Mutable in the sense what? We can able to change the element. But what about immutable? We are not able to change the element. To create a tuples, all the objects must be enclosed within the parenthesis. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on Python Basic. I am your Revati ma'am, faculty from the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So dear student, before going to start my today's session, let me to recall the topic. In my last session, I started with what is operators. So operators are nothing but the symbols. Along with that, we have discussed the different types of operators supported by the Python. That is nothing but the arithmetic operators, relational operator, logical operator, then bitwise operator, and so on. But in my today's session, I'm going to deal with built-in data types. So dear student, we all are familiar with the word data type. So why I want data type? In order to identify the type of data or type of value. And if I consider programming languages like C, C++, Java and .NET, we have studied data types. Similarly, we have data types in Python. And we have basic data types or primary data type. Now, where we are going to store the value and what kind of value we are going to store. So, dear student, to store the value, I required variable. So, what is variable? Variable is nothing but the container or placeholder. So, here variable holds different kinds of value. For example, think that I have value 10 or I have 14.25 or I have A or I have name. Okay, see, these are the different values, right? Different type of value. Now, I want some storage method to store these kind of value. So, if I consider 10, it's a whole number. If I consider 14.24, it is fractional. And if I consider A, character, see, these are the different kinds of values I want to store in my variable. So here Python gives different kinds of values like numbers, sequence type, boolean, set and dictionary. So dear student, if I consider Python standard data types, I have numerical, that is numeric, I have dictionary, I have boolean, I have set and I have sequence. So dear student, if I consider numeric, I have the integer. Okay, fine. Now, what is integer? Integer stores the whole number. Okay, fine. Now, if I consider complex number, for example, we are familiar with 10 plus or minus 3i. So what is this? This kind of representations are known as complex number. And for example, if I have 3.14, it is fractional, right? So to store the floating point number, I required float. So this is the first data type supported by the Python. So what is the first data type? It is numeric. So numbers. And I have dictionaries, a collection of value or collection of element, or it is a pair of element. And boolean. So there is some possibility, right? True or false. So to represent those kind of values, I'm going to have Boolean. And I have sets. So everyone are familiar with sets, right? In mathematics, we studied what is set to represent the different or collection of values. I have set. And sequence type, I have collection of element. I have ordered element. I may have unordered element. So to store ordered or unordered element, I must have sequence type. And this sequence type includes string, list, tuples. So dear student, if I consider component of Python, we have arrays. And in that arrays, we have sets, list, tuples. So, we have set, list, tuple. Along with that, we are going to have the dictionary. So, these are the 5 different data types supported by the Python. And these data types are known as built-in data types or basic data type or primitive data type. Now, if I consider list, so it's a data type falls under sequence type. It is a data type falls under sequence type. Now, what is list? So, a list in Python is used to store sequence of in the sense what? Collection of type of data. So, list can be defined as a collection of values or items. So, list is unordered collection of value. And it is mutable. Mutable in the sense what? We can able to change the value. So, mutable is nothing but changeable, which implies that we can able to modify its element after it has been formed. So, once the elements are defined in the list, that can be changeable, that can be modifiable. So, the items in the lists are separated with a comma. So, how I am going to write 1, 2, 3. And where I am going to store? Within the square bracket. And what kind of element I have? That is ordered element. So, dear students, see, this is the method used to define the list. So, see here, I'm going to create my first list. So, what is my variable name? List 1. And see, I have 1, 2. It is a combination of element. So here I can able to store different values. So I can able to store different values. See here, I'm having the number and I'm going to have string. And if I consider array, it is a homogeneous element. But whereas list is nothing but the heterogeneous element. In one single list, I can able to store different kinds of value. So, I have 2 lists. I created 2 lists. Now, I want to print the list. So, what I'm going to do? I'm going to use print. Along with that, I'm going to pass the list variable. So, which are the list variable I'm passing here? That is list 1 and list 2. So, what is the output? I'm going to get the same list. Now, I'm going to have tuples. So, what is tuple? A Python tuple is a group of elements that are separated by comma. So, what is tuple? Tuples are nothing but the group of elements. And what kind of elements? It is ordered element. And see, the indexing nested object and repetition of tuples are somewhat like those of the list. However, unlike list, tuple is mutable. Tuple is immutable. So mutable in the sense what? We can able to change the element. But what about immutable? We are not able to change the element. So tuples are nothing but the ordered. Is it ordered? No, it is unordered collection of element and the values are not modifiable. Now, let's see here. I have certain car brand. See here, how I am going to write the tuple, how I am going to create the tuple. See, so I am going to use the parenthesis where tuples are an immutable data types. So dear student, data types are further categorized into mutable and immutable. So what is mutable? Mutable is nothing but changeable, and immutable, it's not modifiable. So it is immutable data type, which means that once they have been created or generated, their element cannot be changed. See here, I have written the element. Now I am not able to change the element. Since tuples are ordered sequence, each element has a specific order that will never change. So see how I placed here. First I started with Suzuki, then Audi, BMW. So I'm going to place the element one after another. So I'm going to place the element one after another. So here tuples are nothing but the, see, tuples are ordered sequence. So I want to place the element one after another. So each element has a specific order that will never change. So the order of placing the element will never change. So to create a tuples, all the objects must be enclosed within the parenthesis. So how I am going to create the tuple? See, I am going to create the tuple by using parenthesis. See here, in Python, I can able to create empty tuples as well as parameterized tuples. See here. So, see here, empty tuple and opening and closing. So, what it indicates that I am going to create a tuple with no element. Now, so what is my tuple name? Int underscore tuple. See, I am going to store the element. So all the elements are ordered. So it is placed in ascending order or descending order. See, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to print the tuple. So if I want to create multiple or mixed tuples, see here, it is a combination of numbers, that is integer, whole number as well as fraction along with the string. By using tuple, I can able to create heterogeneous element. So here, print tuple with different data types. See, I have 3 different data types: integer value, floating point value and Python, a string. Okay, even I can able to create nested tuple. So in one tuple, I can able to create another tuple. See here, it is nested tuple. So I have the string. Now, what this represents? It represents list, and this is my tuple. Now the nested tuples are, see the output here. So empty tuple, I didn't have any value. Tuple with integer value, tuple with different data types and nested tuple. So different data types in the sense what? In single tuple, I can able to store different kinds of values. and I'm going to have dictionary. So what is dictionary? So dear student, when I have pair of value, for example, name Revati. So I have field along with the value. Okay, to store these kind of value, I'm going to have the dictionary. So an effective data structure for storing data in Python is called dictionary. So how I'm going to create the dictionary? For that, I'm going to use dict. So what's the keyword? Dict. So Python dictionary is used to store the data in a key value pair format. So this is key value pair format. For example, if I have roll number, okay, 101. So this is pair of value. So it is mutable. So what is mutable? The elements are modifiable. The elements, keys and value is employed to create the dictionary. So I must have the element. So I must have the field. Along with that, I must have the value. So key must consist of just one element. So each key must have unique or one element. Value can be any type. So while providing the value, I can have list, tuple, integer, etc. So I can have list, tuple or numbers. So in other words, we can say that dictionary is nothing but the collection of key value pair. So I'm going to have pair of values. So it is called key value pair, where value can be of any Python object. So value can be any Python object. Now let's discuss how to create dictionary. To create dictionary, I'll start with dict. Okay, dict. See here, name and value. So in the above dictionary dict, the key is name. So what is key here? That's nothing but the name. So key is nothing but field. Age are, that is, keys, name and age are the strings, which comes under the category of an immutable object. Now let me to create the dictionary here. So what is my dictionary name? Employee equal to name, then I'm going to assign the value age, I'm going to assign the value, see, salary, okay, numbers, company, I'm going to specify the company name. Now I want to know the type, what kind of data it is. So what I will do, I'll start with print EYPE. Okay, then employee. So what is my dictionary name? Dictionary name here is employee. So dear student, to create tuple or to create list or to create dictionary, okay, I'm not going to use any specific keyword. Okay, so list, how I'll write? Okay, then tuples over and dictionary key pair values. So printing employee data. So I want to print the employee data, and what I'm passing here, I'm passing the tuple. So here I'm passing the tuple. Now see, this is the output. So class, what kind of class? What kind of data? Type, that is dict. See here, name, value, age, value, salary, value, company, and its value. So Python provides the built-in function dict. So here Python provides the built-in function dict method, which also used to create the dictionary. So to create the dictionary, I can use dict, or I can go with the normal procedure. So the empty curly parenthesis is used to indicate that it is empty dictionary. Okay, fine. Let's see another data type, set. So set is an unordered collection of data type. When I have different, there is no order of element. When I have unorder of element, then I'll go with the set. It is mutable. So what is mutable? So elements are modifiable. So what is mutable? Elements are modifiable, and it must have unique elements. So it must have distinct element. In set, the order of the element is undefined. So we are not going to follow the order, either ascending or descending. It may return the changed sequence of element. So after executing the set, we may get different order of element. The set is created by using built-in function or method called set. Okay, or sequence of element is passed in the curly brace separated by the comma. So how I am passing? 1, 5, 10. It can contain various type of values. For example, see here. So to create set, I am going to use the method set. Okay, fine. Now another way here is how to create set, that is by using flat bracket. Then print, I am going to print the set2. Now if I want to add any new element to the existing set, so I am going to call the method add. Okay, now I am going to print the value. If I want to remove, okay, so I am going to remove 2. So where it is present? In my set. I want to remove 2. Okay, now I am going to print the set2. See here. First, I am just printing the set as it is. Next time, what I am going to do? I am going to add the element at the end. So, as I told you that while printing the set value, we may get the order of the value, or we may get the different order of the value, different. See, while printing, I got 3 Python gems 2. Second time, after adding 10, see, the order of displaying value is very different here. So I got Python gems 2, 3 and 10. Next, see here, I got Python gems, and which value I am going to remove, that is 2. See, I don't have 2 here. So these are the certain data types supported in Python. Because of these data types, okay, most commonly we use Python to store different kinds of value. So dear student, if I consider C program, C++ or Python, we have only array. Okay, now if I go with the array, I can able to store only one kind of value. I can able to store only integer, or I can able to store only floating point, or I can able to store only character or only string. And I cannot able to mix all the data types together. But in Python, I can able to mix the element together. Even I can have ordered collection of element, unordered collection of element, and mutable in the sense what? Changeable. The elements are modifiable, and I can have immutable data. That is nothing but the unchangeable data types. So anyway, dear student, in my next session, I'm going to deal with control statement. Until that, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.